Daniel, can you come home early tonight? I have something important to talk to you about.
Something important? I have a business dinner scheduled with my client tonight.
Can you not reschedule?
I will have to avoid that. I mean a very important client. What is it about?
Should I tell you no? I don't think it's best for you to hear this during work.
You're scaring me now. But now I have to know, so yes.
Okay. Long story short, I want a divorce.
What, a divorce? Nice try, but April Fool's a little while ago.
I'm not joking. I want a divorce. We need to part ways.
Wait a second, did I do something? I don't get it.
I just don't want to live with you anymore. I don't want to drag on the life I dislike any longer, so I need to restart.
Trisha, what's going on? Did something happen?
No, nothing in particular. I just don't want to be with you anymore.
I'm asking what's making you feel that way. I don't understand. There was a decent reason you want a divorce, right?
To not want to be with you is not a good enough reason.
I'm asking why. What about Alice? Have you forgotten we have a daughter? You need to be clear.
A reason? Well, I can give you a couple. But I guess the biggest reason is that the life I live with you doesn't make me happy anymore. You work, you're nice. I think you're a good dad. But as a man, you're not attractive. I think you're boring.
Boring? You want a divorce because I'm boring?
I don't feel any joy when I'm with you. In fact, it stresses me when you're at home at the weekends. I don't want you around.
So you don't like me anymore?
I guess not. It's been 15 years since we got married. So perhaps it's inevitable that I don't have feelings for you anymore.
I still love you, Trisha.
Oh God, stop it. I don't even want you to say that to me anymore. It makes me sick. If we don't break it now, I'm gonna start to hate you. So it's better if we get a divorce sooner, before I start hating my daughter's father.
Isn't there something we can do to fix it? If you want me to change, I will. You know what? I'm canceling tonight's dinner. I'll come home, so let's talk it through, okay?
No, I don't need to talk about anything. My decision is made. I finally told you after thinking it through. I'm way past the phase of trying to fix things together.
Trisha, please! You have to give me a chance! I will do anything!
No, it's over. I'm done with you. As a kind gesture, I'm telling you this directly and not through a lawyer. The only thing left is for you to sign the divorce papers I've prepared, and to discuss Alice's custody, that's all.
How are you gonna explain to Alice?
She's in high school. She's old enough to choose who she wants to live with.
Wait, sorry, I'm still in disbelief. I don't get it.
Well, I can imagine it would be hard for you to accept. But you need to understand that my mind is set and that I don't have any feelings for you. We can't amend our relationship. So please sign the papers as soon as you can. That is the only thing I ask you. Daniel, how much longer do you need to sign those papers? I need you to move on.
I know.
If you know, then do it. We have decided what we need to. Alice made her choice to stay with me. Why is it taking you so long?
I hate the thought of not living with you two anymore.
You're being like a child now. I have already moved out of the house 2 days ago. Alice is getting ready to leave next week. Why can't you be a man and move on? Make up your mind already.
That's not fair. I never wanted a divorce in the first place. I want to keep living with my daughter.
Don't be such a baby. It's not like you're never seeing her again.
That's not the point.
Alice said she wants to start her new life with me. You better not do anything to make her think otherwise.
I won't. I will respect her decision. She was pretty clear that she wants to live with you. That she didn't want to live with me anymore.
Maybe Alice feels the same way I feel about you.
Am I that bad? So much so that my family doesn't want to be around me anymore?
See, this is what annoys me about you. You're being so indecisive and dragging this on. We have already agreed to get a divorce.
I may have agreed, but I still don't understand. You suddenly tell me you don't want to be with me anymore. It was an ambush from my perspective. You need to at least give me a reason I can understand.
Seriously? We have to go over this again? How many times have I told you that I don't have feelings for you anymore? That's all. It's my feelings. It's about me. So there's no point for you to try to understand.
I know. Trisha, I'm sorry. I know you've been out a lot the past couple of months. That was because you didn't want to be with me, wasn't it? Now that I look back, I see you were giving me hints. I wish I saw it sooner.
Well, I don't think I went out that much, did I?
Compared to before, yes you did. I thought that maybe you needed time away from the house. Now that Alice is in high school and you have a bit more time to yourself. But it was because of me, wasn't it?
Right. Yes, it was because of you.
I wish I realized sooner, before you lost your feelings for me. I'm sorry that our marriage didn't work out, and that I couldn't make you happy.
Well, I don't blame it all on you. There were things I could have done better too. So don't be so hard on yourself. Let's just move on with our lives.
It is a huge decision for me. But fine, I will sign. Would you like me to get them filed at the court as well?
Yes, if you can. Let me know once it's done.
Okay. Trisha, thank you for everything. Hey, Alice, sorry I couldn't pick up your call. I was in a meeting at work. What's up? Something happened?
Well, kind of. Are you almost done at work?
Yeah, I was getting ready to go soon.
Okay, good. I know this is a bit sudden, but can I come home to live with you again? Like, from today. I'm on my way to your office now.
What, on your way here? And you want to live with me? I thought you wanted to live with your mom.
Well, yeah. But I'm done with the revenge, so not anymore.
Revenge?
Yeah. I said I wanted to live with Mom only for revenge. The truth is, I want to live with you.
Sorry, I'm not following. Did you do something to Mom?
Kind of.
And we're sorry for putting you in the middle of everything, and we're sorry we decided to divorce out of the blue, but it wasn't just your mom who made the decision. I agreed in the end, too.
No, that's not why I wanted revenge. Hey, Dad, let me ask you before I go on. You were over Mom, right?
Well, yes. After all she said to me, let's just say I don't wish for us to start over.
Okay, that's good. Listen, this might be a surprise, but you need to know something.
Okay, what is it?
Mom wanted a divorce because she was having an affair.
What, an affair?
Yeah. You know she brought up divorce out of nowhere.
Yes, but she never mentioned anything about someone else.
Of course she wouldn't. She didn't want to make it look like she was at fault. It would only be a disadvantage for her if you found out. You trust her too much, Dad. Mom has been in an affair for the past year. I wish I didn't find out neither. But I accidentally saw her go into a motel with another man.
What? What were you doing near a motel?
I'm sorry. I once lied that I was staying at a friend's house. But we actually went to this gig that this band was playing.
I see.
I'm so sorry I lied, Dad. I thought you'd say no.
That's okay. So that's how you found out about Mom's affair.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me sooner? You could have talked to me.
I didn't have any proof. I know that you would have believed my story. But Mom is very careful of her tracks, so she could have talked her way out of it. I thought of telling you once you two were going through divorce. But you were so hurt, Dad. I felt horrible for you.
Oh, sweetheart. I'm sorry, I should have been there to listen.
No. Nothing is your fault, Dad. This is all on Mom.
It must have been hard for you to be with Mom all this time.
Yeah, but I feel better now. Now that I got my revenge. I think she'll contact you soon, asking to get back together.
What? Alice, what did you do?
Hey, I've arrived at your house now. I will give you the details later. I'll be outside of your building. Don't keep me waiting.
Hi, Daniel. How are you and Alice?
You're doing well.
Sorry about her moving back. I might not have been the best mom for these past months. I've been busy trying to find a job. so I haven't really been there for her.
You said she wants to live with me going forward. That's okay with you, right? You did say she's old enough to make her own decisions.
Yes, she already messaged me too. She said she can't live with me anymore. I didn't realize I was such a bad mom for her. She says to change legal custody too.
If that's what she wants, we should change it. Although we only have a few years left until she turns 18, but I will arrange documents.
I've been thinking a lot since I moved out.
About what?
You know, if I should have stayed.
What do you say? Do you regret getting a divorce?
What if I say I do? Now that I'm on my own, I finally realize how much I've been dependent on you, Daniel. I thought I would be happy with Alice, but nothing seemed to go right. All I could think about was how great you were as a husband.
Just as Alice said.
What?
Your guy left you, didn't he?
Huh? What are you talking about? There is no guy. Stop playing with me.
Alice saw you going to a motel with another man.
She saw wrong. That was not me. I had never been to a motel with someone. You can't prove anything.
Yes, we can. Alice decided to live with you for a while so that she can collect evidence.
You're lying.
Nope. You were having an affair with your boss from your part-time job, weren't you? Better yet, he was married too. You broke off our marriage because he said that he wants to get a divorce to marry you. Then his wife found out and he dumped you instead, right?
No.
Which part am I wrong?
He fooled me. He said we'd be together. That's the only reason why I divorced you. But then he started saying his wife and kids are more important to him. It was a fraud.
Oh, so you think you're the victim? The truth is that you left me for another man. Do you think that makes me feel any better than before? No, it makes me feel worse.
I was an idiot. I let that guy talk me into betraying you. And now it has all come back to bite me. I'm so sorry, Daniel.
You don't have to apologize to me. It's all done and over with.
What? Do you mean you forgive me?
What do you think I am, stupid? No, I don't forgive you. I mean, you don't have to apologize to me verbally. Because I'm suing you.
Sue me? On what grounds? We settled our divorce. You can't ask me to pay you anything.
We will see about that. I've already hired a lawyer to look into this. You were not telling the truth when you made me sign those papers. So he thinks there's a good chance we can work something up. Let's sit tight and see, shall we?
Wait, I'm being sued by his wife too?
So what? You got your division of assets, pay from that.
But then I won't be able to live.
Then I advise you work.
I've only had a small part-time job since we married. It's impossible for me to find a decent job at this age. Daniel, I'm sorry. I'll never cheat on you again. I'll never betray you, so please take me back. Give me another chance.
No way. You said you thought it through. You said your mind was made up.
I finally see that you're the most important to me.
Well, moments ago, you were head over heels about your boss. And now that he's done with you, you want me to take you back. You got some strong nerves.
Please forgive me. I should have realized how lucky I was to have a kind husband like you. I will never hurt you again. I will spend the rest of my life only for my family.
Nah, you can live however you want. If you stay with a boring guy like me, you might just change your mind again. And also, Alice has not forgiven you either. She may be older now, but she still is a child. Do you realize how shocked she was when she saw you two?
I will apologize to her. Can we please get back together if she forgives me? Please.
That's not possible. She is sitting next to me right now, watching us sending these messages. And she says she never wants to hear from you again.
I'm sorry. I was wrong about everything. I'm sorry for having an affair, and I'm sorry for ambushing you to a divorce. Please forgive me.
It's too late. Way too late. You're the one who told me not to be such a baby. And you said, let's just move on with our lives, right? Afterwards, my lawyer found a way to sue my ex-wife and her boss. I knew by suing her boss there was a possibility of him and his wife getting a divorce too. But I heard they chose to stay together because their children were still very young. In the end, Trisha lost the majority of her division of assets to pay me and his wife for her wrongdoing. Trisha, broke, tried to get help from her own parents. But Alice had already told them what happened. Furious, they didn't let Trisha set foot in their home. I don't know where she is now, but I haven't been contacted by authorities or anything, so I'm pretty sure she is alive. I wanted to sue her for child support, but I haven't been able to because her whereabouts are unknown. After what we went through, I'm living happily with my daughter. Although it's just the two of us, we haven't had any problem from not having Trisha around. We have been managing well. We bought several new appliances to make up for the lost manpower, and it's been working great. By the way, in case you were wondering what my daughter did to get revenge, she found proof that the two were having an affair and shared it with his wife. She seemed satisfied that she got what she needed to get. But after seeing all the evidence she collected, I felt horrible to have made my daughter do such things. I was completely useless from the shock of the divorce back then. If I had been stronger and smarter, perhaps I could have taken the hard role she took on. When I heard the details of her revenge, I felt so horrible that I could not help but cry from regret. She always acts cool, but deep down I know she is very hurt. So my top priority now is to provide her a safe home full of love. Alice being a teenage girl, it's hard not to be an embarrassing dad, but I will do whatever it takes to keep a smile on her face and show her that love without betrayal exists in this world.
Hey Dad, I know that you've been busy lately with your company, but have you had a chance to look over my business proposal? I put a lot of effort into it, and I would love your input. I want to make sure that it will impress the people I need to show it to. I've got a meeting in a couple of months with a pretty important person, and I really think that this could be my big break. I just need to make sure that my business plan is as impressive as it can possibly be. Dad?
Corinna, what is it? I'm busy at the minute.
Oh, I just wondered if you had seen my business plan?
No, I've not been able to look it over. I've had too much on my plate to read a nonsense proposal. I really wish you wouldn't waste my time with these silly little ideas of yours. Don't you know that I'm trying to train your brother so that he can take over my company eventually? I really need to focus on making sure he knows what he's doing.
Hang on. You're telling me that you don't have half an hour to read my business plan? One that I know is a good idea and that will really take off, but you have time to teach Les, who is one of the laziest and most incompetent people I know, how to run a company?
Yes? Look, he may be lazy, but that's why I've got to whip him into shape. I don't have time to humor your silly ideas. You're an adult now, Corinna, and you need to start acting like one. You need to forget all about these ridiculous plans and business ideas of yours. They'll never work. Just get a real job, get your head out of the clouds, and start living in reality. I think the shop down the road is hiring. Why not apply there? And you can save up a bit and maybe actually go to college, like you'd originally planned before this stupid business plan popped into your head.
Wow, thanks for the support, Dad. No, really, it's too much. And for your information, my idea isn't stupid. It'll be a massive hit, I know it. And as for college, you know I don't want to go there. All it'll do is put me thousands of dollars in debt. And for what? A piece of paper? I've already got a business plan. I've researched and worked hard to make it a viable idea. I just need some help in making sure I've got the presentation right. I'd think, as my dad, you want to help me out a bit. Clearly, I was wrong.
I do want to help you, Corinna, but I want you to be realistic. Do you know how many people think they have the next great idea, spend all their time, effort, and money on it only for it to fail and they have nothing left to show for it? I don't want you to be one of those people.
But I won't be, Dad. My idea's good. I know it is.
That's what everyone thinks. It's best if you just forget about it now before you make a fool of yourself and move on to something more suitable. Maybe you could study to become a nurse or something? Something that pays well so you won't have to worry about money in the future.
And I'm guessing Les will simply be given money by you, since he's your favorite and all.
Helping him find his footing. He's a late bloomer and needs a bit of help and support so that he'll be able to take over the company. I want to make sure that it's left in good hands.
Well, it's definitely not in good hands with Les. He'll have bankrupted it within a year once he has it, I bet.
That's not a very nice thing to say about your brother, Corinna. He's trying his hardest. Maybe if you put a bit of effort into something, then you'd understand what it was like.
Are you kidding me? I have put effort into something. I've put effort into my business plan. I've done all of the necessary research. I've looked into possible competitors and done market research into how my idea would work and how people would use it. How much it would be to make within the first year. Budgets and profit margins. I've done it all. You'd know this if you even bothered to skim over the draft proposal I sent to you.
You might have done all that, but there's no telling if you've done it right. You could have just wasted tons of your time and hard work on something that won't work at all.
That's why I'd like you to look it over. You know what? Forget it. You clearly don't care what I do or how hard I work. Nothing I do will ever be good enough for you. All you're bothered about is helping Les because he's your son. Fine then. If that's how you want to be, then I won't bother you anymore with my silly business plan. I'll make sure to not involve you in it at all.
Now you're just being overdramatic. Although, I will thank you for keeping me out of your ideas from now on. I'm a very busy man and I don't want to have to keep having these conversations with you about trivial matters.
Uh-huh. I'll have someone else look over it. Someone who actually cares about what I do and believes in me. Because that's clearly not you.
Look, we can finish talking about this later, Corinna. For now, I need to get back to helping your brother. Goodbye.
Yeah, whatever.
Little sister, that just told me that you and him got into an argument because you think you've actually got a good business idea? How pathetic. Are you really that desperate for Dad's attention that you'd create a totally rubbish idea just to have him look at it? Only real losers would do something like that.
Get lost, Les. If anyone's a loser here, it's you. I mean, how many times did you have to repeat a grade in high school just so you could graduate? Not to mention that you were kicked out of college as well for not showing up to your lessons. And yet you call me the failure.
Shut up. The teachers in high school were purposefully holding me back because they were jealous of me. And I didn't need college because I'm taking over the family business, so it was their loss because when I become rich now, they're not going to be getting any donations from me.
Don't make me laugh. You're not going to become rich. All you're doing is riding on Dad's coattails. He's the one who built the company up. You have absolutely no clue how to run a business.
Oh, and you do you? From what Dad was telling me, you don't know anything. All you got is a silly little idea that no one will actually want to use, and no clue how to market it. It's no wonder why I'm Dad's favorite. At least I don't embarrass him with made-up stuff.
Yeah, all you do is show up late for work, if you bother to show up at all, that is. You also lounge around all day, doing nothing and making Dad look like a complete fool as he tries to teach you how to run a company for when he retires. You do know that none of the other workers respect you, right? You make their lives more difficult than they need to be with all of your stupid micromanaging and ridiculous demands.
What would you know of it? You don't know how to run a business. If you did, Dad wouldn't have brushed you off so easily. He would have actually given your idea a chance. The fact that he didn't just shows that he knows you're a failure and that you won't amount to anything.
It's funny. You and Dad seem so certain that I'm just a clueless little girl, and yet neither one of you have even read my proposal. Is it that it's too complicated for your little brain and that you don't understand any of it?
I'm not an idiot.
Could have fooled me.
Whatever. No matter what you do, you'll always be a failure in Dad's eyes. He knows that all you're good for is a normal job, serving people at a checkout. I mean, he hasn't even offered to train you in his company. What does that say, huh?
It doesn't matter. I don't need his approval to know that I've done a good job. I'm not going to stop working on my idea simply because Dad said so.
Just face it, it's not a good idea and it'll never amount to anything. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you're a girl. It's well known that girls aren't good at business. Why do you think there's hardly any women CEOs? Because girls don't know what they're doing in terms of making deals and building a good company. They probably just spent all the money on shoes or something.
That's so sexist and so wrong on so many levels. I don't even know where to start in correcting you. Although, it'd probably all go in one ear and out the other even if I tried.
You can be as moody as you want about this, but you know it's true. That's why Dad's training me to take over the business, and not you. He feels exactly the same way about women working in business. The best place for you is at the reception, looking pretty.
Les, you really need to shut up. Like, now.
I'm just telling the truth. You'll just have to deal with it.
Well, we'll just see about that.
So, you've had your meeting? Time to pack it in now, yeah? I can only imagine they let you down easily, but it's time to get into the real world, okay?
Oh no, I think I'll stay as I am. Thanks, Dad.
Corinna, I'm just trying to look out for you as your dad. You need to get a real job now. I know you're probably upset because your meeting went bad, but it's time to let that idea go.
My meeting didn't go bad. In fact, it went fantastically.
Huh?
Yeah, things are really looking up for me.
They are.
Yeah, the other company's bosses really loved my idea. They were sold on it almost straight away. They've invested a hefty sum to help me get it up and running. A few $100,000.
100,000?
Yeah, I know. My reaction was pretty much exactly the same, but that's how certain they are that my idea is going to generate a lot of money.
Well, maybe I could help you out. We could split the work and everything and share the profits. Being the more senior worker, I'd have more of the profits, obviously. We could make a 70-30 split. I think it would be a great partnership.
Wow. I mean, really, you're just unbelievable.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, you couldn't be bothered at all when I first gave you my proposal. You couldn't even be bothered to skim over it to see what it was actually about. And now, after I've done all of the hard work and secured a massive investment, you want to jump in and even try and take over my profits? I really don't think so.
But I'm your dad. We're family. We should help each other out.
Yeah, we should. But you couldn't be bothered to help me when I needed it. So you don't get to share in the success after I've managed to do everything.
You're being selfish.
Nope, I'm being realistic. You were the selfish one when you didn't help me simply because I'm a girl. You thought that I would fail in my endeavor, and so you didn't even try to help me. Instead, you focused all your attention on Les. Well, now you've got to stick to your plan because I don't want your help anymore.
You silly girl, if I don't help you, you're just gonna fail.
No, I won't actually. I've made it this far, and I know I'm smart enough and skilled enough to go even further. I don't need you involved in my business anymore. You had your chance, and you blew it.
But I didn't know it would be so successful.
That's your problem. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a lot of work to do to get my business underway.
Hang on. Wait a minute, Corinna. We can work this out so that we can work together. I'll even make it a 60-40 split.
How about a 0-100 split? The profits are mine. Now please, stop embarrassing yourself. I'm not going to hire you when you so easily brush me off. It just shows that you wouldn't listen to me on decisions, and I'm not going to let that happen.
But I know better about businesses.
Is that why yours is failing?
How do you know that?
Les has quite a big mouth.
Well, it's just a little slump. It'll pick back up again.
Well, maybe you should work on that. I've got my own business to worry about now. Sorry, Dad, but you didn't believe in me, so you don't get to jump in when I start doing well. Good luck with your own business. My business ended up really taking off. I was able to pay the investment back within my first couple of years, and I have made a lot of money in profits. My company continues to grow, and I can't wait to see where things will go in the future. As for my dad, his company began to really struggle. In the end, he figured out that Les had been stealing money and spending it on ridiculous things, like watches and clothes. Dad ended up firing Les, and he has him on a plan to pay back everything he took. Since doing that, my dad's business has slowly begun to pick back up again, but it will take a while to be as successful as it was. It just goes to show that you really never should judge a book by its cover. Just because I was a woman, my dad thought I would fail. But by believing in myself and working hard, I was able to prove him wrong and pursue my dreams.